Aion Classic Europe Release has came out 25th April 2023, which is a bit over a week from a moment of recording this video. As an MMO genre fan, I always wanted to try out Aion, but never really had a chance to do that. Original release was back when I was way too young to afford anything, not saying a game with a monthly sub. My expectations coming to this were low. I tried a little bit of Aion retail by Gameforge and I didn't think it makes any sense to play this over World of Warcraft. Imagine having a game which is 10 times bigger and better. From shameless pay to win to extremely pushy towards endgame leveling experience. That was retail version of Aion for me. Then I discovered, accidentally from YouTube I think, that Aion Classic is becoming a thing and it's happening like right now. That they are rebooting a game and going towards different direction from a certain patch. It all sounded promising enough for me to decide to dig a bit deeper and only to unravel that it is not going to be pay to win, at least at the start. Because the game being pay to win or not is not something they have precisely talked about, but rather they streamed the item shop before the release of the game and explained to community each item which is there. And there were no pay-to-win elements. But this is something we have to be careful about in the future with every upcoming patch, if you decide to play the game. Alright, into the game. 1.5 weeks after release, this is what the state of Aion shop looks like. If we go to all items, there you have top offers and bestsellers. So this is what people are purchasing. And if you look on the top, you have just cosmetics. Below you have the subscription, which is called Silos Energy. You have to have that enabled. Because if not, you wouldn't be able to perform or get any rewards from core mechanics of the game. So it is a subscription, and you have offers like 3 days, 30 days, I think it were also 60 days and 90 days. And I have a 90 days version, so you can see that I played 8 already. And which this is weird, like why do you have even the product on the display which is discounted but on a higher price? Come on. There below that you have a Kuna, which is a in-game premium currency which you can spend on like unlocking the slots in your wardrobe or on the Deva Pass. Or unlocking another levels in Deva Pass. But by the way, these levels can be unlocked for free in the game. So the pass itself, the Deva Pass, on the left side you have the rewards that you have for free using it. And on the right side over here you have items that you get if you purchase the premium version of that pass. And these are all just consumables. They do not give any significant advantage to a player. I see it as like convenience items. And these are all consumables and they will eventually wear off for the user anyway. So that's what I wanted to highlight. Okay, and now let's talk gameplay.
The game starts slow.
And I actually like it. And I actually like that the pace of the game is slow. That there is a significance of each kill that you make. Each monster is a danger. And you have to be really careful running around and trying not to die. It instantly brings my memories back to when the game's leveling experiences used to be way more significant and larger from what we have right now in current games. Like I experienced in Aion retail version, or like even World of Warcraft, where leveling experiences is just easy. It doesn't put like any resistance on the player. But Aion Classic is different. The game rewards you and makes you feel immersed by leveling up. It is slow enough, it is hard enough for a player to stay hooked in, and people are actually playing this a lot. The queues sometimes are insane. So it looks like there have been quite a bit of people who wanted this classic MMO experience, which we are seeing right now. Grouping in Aion Classic is a common practice. You have to group everywhere. It is so much more convenient to do quests in a group rather than solo. I see no disadvantages of grouping with other people. But if you are a stubborn lone wolf, it is possible. You can do that, but it will require you to gather some kina, catch up with the gear consistently, I think. And you would miss quite a bit of fun playing with other people and meeting them.
I don't care that seasons change, 'cause darling, I'll stay right here with you. Every night and every day, 'cause darling, there's nothing in this world I'd rather do. Never been this close to heaven.
It's all good talking about positives, but I would like to highlight some negatives of the game as well. Gameplay related. Dungeons or instances, how they are called in this game, their design is flat and boring. It doesn't exist, it is not in the game. I don't feel any special while killing bosses. They do not have interesting mechanics, interesting visuals, or nothing like that. And now, I'm speaking from the perspective of a player who reached only level 45, okay? So I didn't experience endgame dungeons for now. But speaking for what I've seen up until this point, this is something which should be highlighted and pointed out to be improved on in the future if they start to expand on this game. Now, it doesn't mean that they have to try to do dungeons which are all flashy and exciting. I think they have their own identity right now. I just really hope that the gameplay loop will be engaging enough without any pay-to-win elements in the endgame to hook players for longer. Another thing that can be a deal breaker for some people would be questing, because questing sometimes is tedious. What I mean by that is sometimes quests have a mechanic in its core that is just unfun to play. Like, take an example here. We have players gathering around a cage, waiting for an NPC to spawn inside the cage. And the catch is that if somebody uses this NPC, it will disappear for everybody else. So what we are basically doing here is waiting and racing who will be the one lucky guy with the lowest ping, most likely, to basically finish the campaign quest. Another thing worth mentioning would be, which is not an issue for me but can be for others, is that the combat feels sometimes clunky. And I think that it comes from the fact that this is a raw version of the game, very old patch, and it can be improved on, so this is not something I'm criticizing that much, because it is something that you can get used to 100%, and this is something that can also be improved on naturally with the course of the game. Is Aion Classic any good? From a perspective of a player who is not a die-hard fan, played this game for the first time, hit level 45, I have to say that the leveling experience is hard enough, immersive enough, and each upgrade to my character brings me joy to recommend this game to other people who associate with MMORPG genre. My plans for Aion are hitting maximum level, which for now is 50, tackle gathering, crafting and endgame dungeons, see how they play, see how it feels to play them. I want to tackle PvP very much. This is something that I'm very excited about. So Aion Classic, in short words, despite its flaws, I consider this game worth to try, especially that it only costs you 10 euros a month without any limitations to gameplay. Right now the world of Aion is full of players and you can experience logging queues while trying to get into the game. It all speaks for a fact that it might be the best time, if you thought of trying this game, to actually try it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Aion Classic. Did you play it? Are you planning to play it? Did you like it or not? And tell me what you think that future brings regarding Aion Shop. Do you think it will become pay to win or not? I'm sure this is the question only Gameforge can answer, right? But still, what are your predictions? It was fun talking to you and see you in the next one.